And with me here, I have Chef Ron Kamau, who's just telling me there's a difference between spaghetti, pasta, and linguine. It's time to learn. Chef, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm blessed
to
be here.
True.
Now, you had said, what were we making again?
The prawn and chili linguine.
Prawn and chili linguine.
Yes.
What are our ingredients?
So basically, we have our base sauce. It's a tomato-based sauce. It's baked tomatoes that's been cooked down.
Okay.
We have our onion, some garlic. We have our prawns. We have some wine.
Okay.
Some Parmesan cheese to finish it off, and some basil.
Okay.
Basically, that's what encompasses this whole dish.
All right. Quite rich, yeah?
Yes.
And the choice of ingredient is very categorical and intentional.
Yes.
In terms of the nutritive value to it.
Yes.
How so?
So for prawns, we're looking now at a different source of protein, not our regular white or red meat. This is a seafood item.
Okay.
It's packed with nutrients. Has vitamin E, which is actually good for your skin.
Okay.
Has trace minerals like iodine and zinc, which iodine helps with thyroid functioning. Zinc helps with immune system. So with that, it's actually, and also for the pasta, some people would say pasta is not really good, but it's actually good. It's a good source of energy. It's made of carbs.
Okay.
But it's as long as you have a good amount of it, it's usually good. So for pasta, it's usually made with different types of flours. So it's either semolina flour or whole wheat or just a regular white flour.
All right.
So this is actually something you can actually make by yourself.
Okay.
So it's a very simple way to go about it.
Okay.
So you just mix this with some egg yolks and eggs. Just make a dough, and that's basically it. So even different variations. If you want color to it, you can cook some beetroot, blend it, now add some of that liquid, you get red pasta.
Okay.
If you want it green, blanch some spinach, then blend it, then add it to that dough mixture that you're making. You have green colored pasta.
If you want black pasta?
You can use, we normally to be not too hot, but just hot enough so that when I'm adding the prawns, it doesn't really stick.
Okay.
And it does like a quick cook. So I just need to ensure my pan is all well coated. That's good.
Okay.
So this is the prawns.
The prawns.
So the prawns already, so normally anywhere, prawns you can get them two ways. You can get them already cleaned. By cleaned, I mean you've removed the shells and deveined them.
Okay.
So by deveining, there's a membrane that's usually here. You just cut it here. You just remove the intestines.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is actually now the cleaned prawns. Yeah. So without anyone who's seen prawns, I'm sure they've noticed they have some sort of shell on the outside.
Yeah, the shell.
Yeah, the head, the shell, the tail. So that's what's been removed from here.
Okay.
And
seafood.
Yes.
Is it well embraced from your observation at Nairobi Street Kitchen? How much people are walking on there like, I want seafood, I want some prawns here?
So it's actually a popular dish. One of the pasta dishes we have at Spelt Milk. We have two. We have bacon and sage rigatoni, and we also have the prawn and chili linguine.
Okay.
So this is one of the pasta dishes that we have, but it's seafood based. Okay. So we don't really have a lot of seafood, so this is just one of the items that we have.
Okay.
And it's I can say seafood is actually, I can't say it's for everyone. It's an acquired taste. Okay. There are people who like it, there are people who don't. It's either you like it or you don't like it.
It's giving sushi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So here, what are you observing? Is it you're cooking it to brownness, or
I just need to give it some color, and also just cook down the prawns until they're almost cooked, because they're gonna continue cooking once I add the sauce. Okay. I need to ensure they're at least somehow cooked before now I go ahead and add the other ingredients. Okay. Yeah, such as now the onions, the garlic. So for now, I'll just add the onions to continue cooking down together with this.
That's red onion?
Yeah, just some red onions. Just continue to mix it up.
All right. The smell is very fishy.
Yeah, that's always what people
No
say.
pun intended. Yeah. It's very fishy.
About what you get about seafood. So it has a very, very distinct kind of scent and flavor. So the next thing I'm gonna add is some garlic.
Okay. Some garlic to it. By the way, when you're cooking seafood, it's the same fight I've had with my friends and family for a long time. For example, omena. Yeah? Omena, like some people are like, no, if it can be cooked without the smell. So foods that are very strong in terms of the smell, like seafood now, like the prawn I've just talked about it.
Yeah.
Is it a chef's call also to sort of cook down the smell, or is it you retain it for authenticity?
It's hard to, so I'm just adding some wine.
Okay. Oh, wine.
Yeah. This is ideally, it's called a process we call deglazing. So all the sediments you see down here, some really good bits. This is what I need to, it's gonna add to the flavor of the dish on itself.
Ah.
Yeah.
It deglazes the pan.
Yes.
So there's nothing remaining.
Yes.
Ah, this can be done with any food, because I feel sometimes we leave a lot on our superiors.
Basically, it's what we do. It's an approach you normally do when we deal with meat.
Yeah.
So when you're browning your meat, then you have that nice kakala on the sufuria. You can add some liquid to it. Doesn't necessarily have to be wine. Can be stock, can be water. Just remove the sediments. Yeah. So this is a tomato sauce, or what we call as concasse.
Tomato. That one you just cooked tomato?
Yes, cooked tomato. Just baked it, removed the skins. And then we cook it down. Some onions, some garlic, olive oil, and season it out.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's packed with other flavorings other than tomato.
Yeah. So ideally, one thing about pasta, it's if you need to add more liquid, it's advised to use now the pasta water. It's rich in starch also.
Oh, the water that you've gotten from boiling your pasta.
Yeah, when cooking your. Yeah, if you need to add, it's actually advisable because this is still flavor you have.
Oh,
yeah.
I see that. That's quite interesting. By the way, you know, even as we continue enjoying cooking, and it looks so nice, man.
Yeah.
It looks...
Just need to check the seasoning for this. Pretty good.
Then now we are adding our pasta in there?
Yes, we are finalizing
linguine,
the dish, yes.
Okay.
So for this one, I've specifically omitted the chili, but we normally make a chili confit. Okay. So a chili confit is basically, confit is a process whereby you cook an ingredient submerged in oil. Okay. So we usually do that, then we add a bit of chili to it, some of that confit, depending on the heat that the client wants. Oh. If they want it super hot, we add a bit more chili. Okay. If they want us to maintain the regular spice of it, we just give the regular amount. Okay. Yeah.
Now we have our linguine.
This was just shortly cooked. Okay.
That's linguine, and there's a difference between this and pasta. And spaghetti. This is a form of pasta.
This is a form of pasta.
Okay.
It's not spaghetti. Can kind of confuse someone. Maybe, and you think it's spaghetti, but it's not. The only difference is now the shape. So the shapes is what contributes to the name of the pasta. Okay. And yeah, basically that's it. This is from this pastas are usually Italian origin. Okay. So they're the ones who know how and why they named it the way it is. Okay. So for the linguine, it's just one of the long pastas. It's classified as under the long pastas, but it's flat. Oh. It has a similar shape as the spaghetti, but it's flat. Okay. Then there's also fettuccine, there's tagliatelle, there's penne. So penne comes in two ways. There's the one that's smooth on the outside, the one that has some sort of like a ribbage. Okay. So that's called penne rigate. Okay. There's also macaroni as well, it's common amongst most of our households. Okay. There's farfalle, there's fusilli, depending, there's also gnocchi, there's what's it called? Rigatoni. So rigatoni are like the big tubes kind of pasta. So there are very, very many variations. And
I see some people when they boil their pasta, when they boil their pasta, it comes, the pasta is still united, you know?
How do you make sure that when you're boiling, it still maintains the independence?
So anytime, a trick when you're making long pasta, because I'm sure people are used to breaking out the spaghetti.
Yes.
Don't do that. You just, it's
breaking your heart.
Yeah. If that's how you prefer your pasta, well and good. But ideally, you're supposed to cook it as it is, as whole.
Okay.
So I just added some basil, some fresh basil. This is just some Parmesan. Just give it a bit more body.
No, that's cheese.
Yes.
Why you're talking about body? What do you mean giving it more body?
Like adding more flavor to it. Yes.
With food and bodies, a lot of people are struggling out here, bro.
So as I was saying, for now, for the spaghetti, it's as long as it is. I can even show you some. This is now the linguine itself.
Okay.
Right. So this is just because it's dry. Now once you add it to water, it becomes flimsy. So just ensure you have like a good amount of boiling water. Just drop in your pasta. Once it starts, the part which is submerged into water starts getting heated, it starts bending. So just take a tongue or something, bend it inside, and just make it just submerge the
sort
whole
of
thing.
Baptize it.
Exactly.
By immersion.
Yes. So that's how you'll end up maintaining the shape.
Okay.
And also ensure you have enough water.
Okay.
Good salty water, actually. The salty water is supposed to help flavor the pasta itself.
Oh, you add salt to the water when you're boiling it with?
When you're boiling the water, you're boiling it with. Yeah. So
that's quite interesting.
Once you remove your pasta, some people usually wash their pasta.
Okay.
It's highly advised not to, because you're going to drain the starch that you actually require for the pasta to hold the sauce.
Okay.
So just cook it until, we call it al dente. That's like when you're cooking pasta, it needs to have that firm bite, not too mushy.
Oh, it's not like you want to be drinking your pasta now?
Yes, or like having mash for pasta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we are plating?
Yes. Just put in a few prawns at the base.
Okay. The foundation is prawn.
Yes. So.
Hey, don't try this at home. Try the menu, but that flipping thing that Chef Rod is doing. Is it a chef thing, man?
Yes, it is. It's how we normally just walk around our ingredients.
Okay.
So
see that.
Just to finish off some of this good sauce.
Don't waste anything.
Yes.
I see that. It's quite interesting.
So have some few.
You know, color is very critical when you're plating. So adding the green just signifies life.
So just to finish it off also, some Parmesan on top. Anytime, I think, whenever you order like a pasta dish, you definitely get like a bit of drizzle of some pasta, of some Parmesan,
some cheese.
Some cheese on top.
It's an Italian thing.
Yes, it's an Italian thing.
Okay.
So this is basically our dish.
Wow. It's kind of interesting. Let me just bring it closer to our camera guy so that you get to experience that. This is linguine. Okay. Can you do the same with spaghetti?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful. So linguine is a form of pasta, flat at the bottom, well presented. We have some cheese on top of it. We've added some color.
Yes.
Some green, to it. Some greeneries right there.
Basil.
Yeah. Some basil right there. Looks very, very, very sweet. From the scent of it, do you still expect to get some sense of the wine, or when you deglaze, it sort of disappears?
The wine will kind of be there, but not as much, because you don't
not as pronounced.
Not as pronounced, because you don't necessarily use a lot of wine. It's supposed to just help to build the flavor.
Okay.
Because the base flavor is just the sauce, the prawns, and the pasta itself.
Wow.
Yes.
This is a meal that you should be having every Sunday.
True.
Because it's a pasta. No. It's a pasta meal. Anyway. Now we want to test this, but I've started from, because the cheese smell, I don't get much of the prawn initially, sort of covered.
Yeah.
Is that the right balance?
Yes. I mean, for seafood, you also have to be very careful, because if the scent is very, very, very pronounced, I mean, it can be, but it needs to a certain level, depending on the freshness of the ingredients. So, for the prawns, it's once now you add in the other ingredients, the garlic, the onions, the wine, it kind of now brings now those individual flavors now add to the prawns, and now with the sauce kind of mellows down, so that prawns are not the only, it's not the only flavor. It's definitely not the only flavor that we have for the pasta. So with the addition of all these other ingredients, it kind of tones down that heavy or that very distinct.
Yes, very fishy. Seafood.
Seafood, yeah.
Okay.
As long as unless you're just having the seafood on its own, then you get now that, but it shouldn't be as pungent as much.
See that? Want to test this, Chifron? Look at that. It would be. Is there a chef movement like that one? You do it with
for this, unless you just want to toss your pasta around.
You just want
want to toss everything around.
I know.
Yeah.
So how do you attack this?
So that people have this in two different ways. You can just go by using the edge of your plate. Just twist. As you know, you have a lot. It's long. Then you have.
Kicheze, twisty. Hey. It's not. It shouldn't be too long.
No. This is exactly how it's supposed to be.
But when I twist, this is a problem I experience with a lot of pastas, because I'm here, and majority of Kenyans relate to this. Yeah, you try to twist, then it ends up like this. Then everyone is looking at you like your date is like, does this man know how to eat?
Well, it's just.
I'm kidding. Okay, we'll just talk with this, bro.
You just slurp it up, I guess.
It's all right. It's all right. My director is complaining that he's had, like in their family, this problem has run for ages.
So the other trick is, normally people would eat pasta with a spoon. So what you do is, it's more or less the same thing that you're using with the plate. So use a spoon, take your spoon, just roll up your pasta. You roll up your spoon like that. And
who knew? Ron, who knew this? It's like, still it's coming out. Anyway, I'll cut it. Okay? And when you cut it, you start reducing. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll do this. Okay? So this is just pasta. We haven't dug into the pan.
Yeah.
Okay? What do we trust him?
Richness of the sauce, some cheese. I had a bit of prawns on mine, so.
I see that. Yeah, the cheese is quite an interesting additive to this. It
adds of what I was calling body.
That's the body now.
That's the body now.
Okay, I see. Let me get a piece of a prawn here. I'm prone to danger. I'm prone. Hey, Chevron.
No.
This is fun. We should get out there in Nairobi Street Kitchen. We cook from there one of these days.
Definitely come over.
You guys are normally so look serious in the kitchen, which is nice. So here's a prawn. I'm not a huge eater of seafood. Yeah, so this is as close as I can come for the moment. Maybe it will be a good. You say this is a quiet test. Let me see.
Well, I'm sure you can be able to.
You've had that. Let me see. Seafood.
I get what you mean. Today's just full of puns. I have my own pun.
That's quite interesting. I was expecting it to be more I won't call it gamey. Yeah, but
like to have the same whole pungent scent that you got when I was cooking it. No, it usually mellows down a bit.
Okay.
Once you add it to other
All
ingredients here.
Okay. I'll do one more. So just recap the ingredients for us, even as we close up, Chef Prawn.
So our prawn and chili linguine. This particular dish has been made with some prawns, onions, garlic, some white wine, basil, Parmesan cheese, and a tomato-based sauce.
Okay.
And also I haven't added chilies to this.
Okay.
Chilies is supposed to be in here. And to finish it off, Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful. So I propose a toss. Since you're having seafood, see you at the top. It's beautiful, but thank you, man.
A prawn to be on the top.
Yeah. This is our weakness, man. Prawn and linguine. Beautiful, beautiful meal. There's something from what we've interacted here with Chef Prawn Kamau from Nairobi Street Kitchen, is that it's something you can make at home, okay? And it's very doable. And right here at the Farm Kenya Show, we make sure that we challenge you so that you can explore the different types of cuisines during this weekend. Please try and make this one. Beautiful, beautiful meal. Well balanced, some proteins right there, some carbohydrates right there. Beautiful, beautiful meal to make. And that's where we'll put a full stop to today's Farm Kenya Show. Beautiful to have all of you with us for the past hour. Enjoy the rest of your viewing. It's time that we call it a day. I'm Noki Kimboy, and we are out. Bye-bye. All right.
Kenya ni jukumu